What's good, guys? Your boy Hugo the Savage back again for another review of Power Book 4 Force Season 2, Episode 5, I think it is. Yeah, man, Episode 5, King Vic was the title of this one. Let's get straight into it, man. Off the back of the last episode, we saw that Claudia and Vic had made plans to kill their father and take over the business. And we just carry on from there pretty much in this, man. This episode really alluded to family in terms of fathers. There was the Flynns and obviously Walter, Vic and Claudia. There was Tommy and his brother, and then little Darnell, the nephew, and then his brother's kid obviously. And then you had in this episode Jannard and Diamond. Their father was introduced in this episode. He was in a hospital dying. So it really revolved around that, and then every little story was around it. Now, in this particular episode, I don't want to give everything away, and there's not need to and give it all the details out. But what I'll say is, details incoming. Walter Flynn's dead. Paul is dead. Doyle's dead. Darnell's gone. I have to say, man, like, for an episode that encompassed so much action, I really didn't enjoy it that much. I thought the pacing was off. Everything felt no pun, but it felt forced. It felt like everything was rushed in this episode. I feel like the kind of stuff that happened in this could have been left for like cliffhangers of 2 or 3 different episodes. Obviously, we'll go back to it. So Claudia and Vic make the plans with Doyle to take out the dad. And then Doyle has a conversation with Claudia after chopping her. And then he basically says, like, listen, we can get rid of your dad and that, but you're never going to be the queen because it's going to go to Vic. So then she changes the plans a little bit and doesn't tell Vic the details of the Doyle and his hitman arriving earlier. Well, his hitman arriving earlier and Doyle's going to be with her. So, in essence, Vic was there to distract his dad. It didn't work out. Claudia wanted Vic dead, the dad dead, and not Paulie, but he was just caught in the crossfire. He was doing his little, old man John Wick impression. It lasted about 20 seconds. He looked cool for, then he died. They gotta start making stuff more realistic because it's power at the end of the day, but still, like, some things, they had this Irish hitter, like Big Red or Big Ginger or something, who was supposed to be the greatest hitman in Ireland. Bruv, Walter just shot him with a shotgun twice. It was over, bruv. Like, he did, he took out all the henchmen. Vic ended up killing his dad because his dad called him pathetic. And then Claudia was supposed to meet him at a spot after as an alibi, but obviously she thought that he was going to be dead, so he meets her back at the room, and then she kills Doyle quickly before Doyle could tell Vic, no, I did give her the information to let her know that was coming earlier. So it ends up with Vic becoming a snitch, bro. This is what I don't like, man, the pacing, because he goes from being King Vic because his dad's dead now, Paul is dead, and then once he's found out Claudia tried to betray him, he goes straight to the police, the DEA, and says, I want immunity. And she's like, yeah, as long as you give us, your sister and Tommy and all this. And he says, yeah. So that's pathetic. As for Tommy, off Darnell killing a police officer, Tommy basically tells him to stay in the house. He leaves the house again. Tommy tells him, you got one more chance to stay in the house again. He leaves the house again because Kate tells him to go out. He wants to go and see the girl. And he gets kidnapped, and then he gets taken to, like, this youth academy for boys with, like, horses and stuff. Nice area still, but... And, it's showing the range in Tommy's character that instead of getting rid of him, which they alluded to, they're going to kill him, they've sent him somewhere. I knew Tommy wasn't going to kill him. The problem I have with this is you didn't give anyone a chance to miss him. You didn't give anyone a chance to go, oh, I wonder if he's dead. It was like 10 minutes after he'd been kidnapped in the show, you finished with showing us where he's gone. Whereas when we've seen this in previous episodes, like Tommy did this before in season 4 of Power with Keisha, where he walked into the hair salon, said hello, and then we never seen her again for like 3-4 episodes. And then once Milan was dead, they revealed, oh, she's alive. They should have done that with this, but it's just like that's gone straight away. Jannard again is got even further in his drug addiction and has ended up taking heroin with a crackhead now, so injecting it into himself. So he's become addicted. But after his father dies, him and Diamond have a moment together, and Diamond says he wants him back in CBI. So it's going to be interesting to see how Tommy takes this, because Diamond told Tommy, get rid of Darnell, is a problem. But Jannard is a bigger problem to everyone. Jannard also in this episode, because he split ties with Miguel and he owes the Serbians money, he robbed one of his old CBI people, took 2 kilos of cocaine, took the chain off him and stuff like that. And I think that's going to come to bite him in the ass in the end. I think he might end up dying to that person. because he's just running around throwing his weight around. So it's going to be interesting. But episode all in all, I'll give it a 6 out of 10, man. And it really shouldn't, because like I said, with all the stuff that happened in it, it should be a goddamn 9 out of 10. But it's just too fast. And also, I know it's called Force, but this is all about Tommy, isn't it? And he wasn't in the episode that much. He was actually quite annoying in this episode. It was just him moaning about stuff. Oh, Darnell, I told you to stay in the house. That's all it was. And as for Kate, she thinks that Darnell's dead now. Because they're basically saying, oh, it's easier for her to think that. But so she's relapsed and got back on the cocaine. And that's what happened in this episode, man. I hope to report next week that the episode's better. I'm sure it will be. But in this particular episode, bear in mind, everything I just said, there was even more what happened. Miguel and Maria, you know what I mean? Her, the doctor that she was with as a boyfriend, he got his hand smashed in by the brother. It's all over the place anyway. When you guys have to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you think in the comment section.